last week we forgot to put this clip that Jay made of Kandi always why she is
well, her
always
motherfucker right sexually deviant supposedly,
right,
but she has the best sex story with her having sex and she gave somebody the Dutch chamber while he was eating that twat and she farted. Just
God, I forgot all about that.
Roll the footage, bitch.
Right.
Stand up. One time, there's a guy, he's kissing all down me, all over my boy. You know, when you start having an orgasm, your body tenses up. But when your body tenses up, you can push out a fart, right? I was coming to a climax. I'm about to go, and he's down there, right in his face. And then he was about to stop, and I just held him down because I didn't want him to stop. The Dutch chamber lockdown on his head. Oh my God!
This is the Urban Binge Radio.
Of course, like he said, back at the table, right?
Right, back at the table because that's where it ended, and we're starting back here again. So,
right.
And now we're going to start off with Kandi again because Sheree wants to come for Kandi.
Now, when I went to Kandi, I was like, Kandi, and did I not say this?
You said,
what should I
what
do?
should you do?
A lot of people.
And also, when we had the conversation, she never told me anything about you and the guy.
Them. I didn't do what you did to me and went to Kandi and told what you thought was my business. You are my friend, and you should have called me. That's what was hurtful and disappointing for me, but you went to these two, and then it came back to me.
Sheree came for Kandi about the fact that Drew told Kandi, firstly, that somebody told me something about Sheree, and Sheree was saying, well, why you didn't call me Kandi? Because you my friend. I would loosely use that terminology, just to be real with you. Sheree and Kandi have never been thick as thieves or tight as twine. So I just don't understand that. I'm also completely disgusted by the fact that Ralph wants to be goddamn cackalaacking and tee-heeing because Sheree and Kenya and Sanya are all getting on Drew ass now. So they was getting on your ass and you wanted to change the subject. Right. What were you talking about, Todd? But now when they getting on Drew ass, you want to be...
Right.
Smile from ear to ear.
It's funny to him. Because they always saying something to him about doing something wrong. So now he's like, oh yeah, get in her ass.
But really, Drew should never been going through my cell phone to begin with.
So Sanya tries to, in the middle of, they kind of settling down with going in on Drew, going in on Ralph. And Sanya tries to jump in and confront Drew. For what I don't know, to me, she's telling, I don't even understand why she decided to even say anything right now, first of all, because what she's saying, Drew could first. How do you know? She said, Drew, I know you expect me to defend you in some situations, and I haven't been. Drew looking like, what? How you gonna assume Drew been wanting you to help her in situations she's been in? And you said Drew has been in a lot of fights. You showing your true colors. You showing us that you was a fan of the show. You know why? Because Drew ain't been in no fight with nobody on this season so far but Sheree. So you talking about
Kenya
in the past, Kenya,
Toya,
right? Exactly. You trying to compile shit together, and it seemed like you just stretching for a storyline because this girl probably not even thinking about you and could care less. Let her argue. You are your own person. Let her be her own person. Okay.
Well, let's see. We have Kandi Burruss, Kenya Moore, Sheree, Drew, and who else?
Marlo.
Other than that, Drew is the only person that you can pick out of that lineup for Sanya, who she would want to get into it with. Because Marlo and Sheree about whoop her ass, and Sheree is the OG. Right. So she know good and damn well she's not about to get into it with Kandi or Kenya.
She'll want problems, but it won't be with it'll be strategic.
Only with Drew.
Right, it'll be strategic.
But did you apologize for putting your hands in my face?
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. All right. I talk
with my hands, and I will work on that. Well, now I will apologize if I put my hands in your face. Okay. High five. Okay, and that's a real high five.
So Drew, Sheree gets an apology out of Drew, finally. So as you guys know, at the baby shower, there was this almost a fight between Drew and Sheree at, not baby shower, at Kenya baby birthday party. They almost got into a physical, like they almost put their hands on each other. Damn near. Basically, Drew was just saying she apologized. And I really took that like, wow, okay, good job, Drew, good job. The apology seemed very, very sincere to me. But go ahead, because I'm going to say something.
It was kind of after realization. So she said sorry after she realized that she completely misdirected her anger. But honestly, to be real with you, I don't think that she misdirected her anger to a certain extent. Sheree's friend was the one that showed up and said that Drew's husband was gay, not Sheree. So,
Marlo said that shit fake.
Right. Sheree brought her friend Fatima, whatever her name is.
She didn't want to hire him because he's talking about you, and he said that your husband is gay and all of that. So.
All right, then what we're not going to do.
Knowing that she had information against Drew's husband and started this conflict with her. So.
But I think nothing is wrong with Sheree doing that. Because guess what? You shouldn't have been talking shit. So now I brought somebody.
Shit?
Drew.
She was not talking shit. She was spreading word about what somebody else had said about her.
Immediately, you got to get rid of toxic people. Immediately. Drew, were you wrong? Were you wrong? I apologize for if I misstepped in how I brought the information.
But it wasn't even really spreading. Drew didn't know that she wasn't supposed to be going to Kandi. I think she was the closest with Kandi because at the time she was getting into it with Marlo. Latoya, of course, she was getting into it with, and I mean, not Marlo, she was getting into it with Kenya. So she was getting into it with Kenya. Who else was there? There's no other. Cynthia was gone. Portia is gone. So there's no other housewife that's there that was there last season other than Drew and Kandi.
Right. You're right.
Or Kenya, but she was into it with her. So that's what I'm saying.
Marlo, she always calling some shit fake. But what's crazy to me is when Marlo get ready to apologize and shit, let's see who call her fake. Because I'm going to be the first motherfucker. Every time somebody goddamn apologize to somebody, or every time somebody click back up, she call their ass fake. Marlo been doing that for a very long time. Kandi admits that she was wrong, and Sheree didn't find it sincere.
Me. That's what was hurtful and disappointing for me, but you went to these two, and then it came back to me.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Well, take accountability.
It's no denying.
Take accountability.
I appreciate that. Candy's apology seemed somewhat sincere.
Take accountability.
That is how you do it, Drew.
I was wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just going to own it. There's nothing else I can say. I'll apologize because I was wrong.
But I don't think she really thought about me or my feelings or anything previously.
I'm surprised Sheree didn't find Kandi's apology sincere, but apology sincere, but you found Drew apology sincere. That's kind of confusing to me because to me, Kandi's apology was straightforward. It was like, look, I was wrong.
Yeah, her apology seemed sincere to me, but that's just how Sheree is.
You're right. Sheree cannot let shit go. Yeah.
I don't trust that.
Yeah, Sheree can't let shit go unless you kiss her motherfucking ass. You right about that?
Marc is being an asshole.
Yes.
And it's a shame, instead of taking on the responsibility of getting his own baby back to where he dropped her off at, which was with the mama.
He got too many bitches.
You want to be acting like you can't even find the means to get her to Kenya. Like, I'm sure you could hire a nanny or somebody who's trustworthy to get your baby to Kenya or drop her off yourself on the way to the airport. You're being unreasonable.
Is that Marc over there bothering you? Breathe in, breathe out, let that go. That's the devil. You all right? Do not let him bother you. You going outside? I'm gonna go get some air. Yeah. Don't be stressing about him.
I dropped Brooklyn off earlier today to Marc, and we agreed that he would bring her back by a certain time.
Yeah, Marc is an asshole, and I'm not surprised that he's a New Yorker who doesn't want his child Sorry to say that, New Yorkers.
But you know what?
That's
I do
not a New
agree
York thing.
with.
I'm not saying that, but my little sister daddy is a New Yorker. He rejected my little sister. The baby that we have was dropped off at our front door. Her mom abandoned her with us, and that's
And
why
you
we still
also
have
know
her. She was
another
3
lady
months.
who don't have custody of her children.
Exactly. My cousin Yvette. Exactly. And she's here in New York, but she's from Atlanta and had a child here in New York. But her children she is in the system with that. That is true. That is true. I know a lot.
So
of
up here, I think that it is a lot of, it's been so much freedom that people feel like they can have children and not take care of them. And I'm not just saying that as a generalization, but I do think that because of the assistance that's given up here and down south in Georgia, you get hardly any assistance. Right now, if you want food stamps, you got to make sure that your baby daddy is on child support.
Yeah, that's true.
And you have to legally show them papers that you have your baby daddy on child support, or he living with you, y'all still together, and y'all neither one ain't got no money before you can get food stamps. And you still have to have a job and prove that you're working at least 20 hours a week before you can get food stamps.
Sheree, do you know why Kenya got up and walked out?
Maybe she had a call or something.
You haven't seen your child in 3 months. I bring her to New York. I bring her to you. And then you want to complain like it's somehow my fault that you now have to go to work? Now, at the last minute, he's asking me to go across the bridge, pick up Brooklyn, and take her back home. Classic Mark.
He's just being evil.
And it's just the bullshit I dealt with for 4 years.
What happened?
Mark is just being an asshole.
It's just like being crazy. I'm just trying to let you see your child.
And we still together.
All right.
That's his name! That's not the smell of death, Mr. Brooks. That's your upper lip. Grandpa, on the tip. We still together.
So with Kenya, she I feel really bad for her. She basically gets up from the table. She walks away. Marlo is going to go console her. I'm surprised that Marlo is the first one to go console her. Surprised that Kandi didn't go console her first. So
Kandi
Marlo
was too busy being fake listening to the goddamn story.
Right. But Kenya is very dramatic, y'all. Kenya is very dramatic. We know that. Dramatic. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not dramatic?
Who dramatic?
Kenya is dramatic, so it might not be as bad as she making it, honey. Plus, she's begging for him, because how the fuck you gonna say, I can't do that as a mother. I can't keep her out of her father's eye.
I don't know. At some point, you gotta like pull back and just let him start reaching out.
Fathers instill self-esteem in their daughters. As a mother, I can't do that. I can't do that. And for me, I want to make sure that Brooklyn knows that her dad loves her and that they spend time with each other so that bond isn't broken.
Just tell him, look, if you need me to have someone send for my baby, I will. I'm here if you need me. You do not let him spoil your night, okay?
But I agree with Kandi when she said that, though, because you do have to, sometimes when the person is not showing enough effort, you got to cut it off, cut it dry, and whenever you decide that you want to see your child, you hit the phone, you know my number, and we'll set something up.
That's how it goes, period. You don't keep pushing the issue. Kenya apparently just cannot keep a man, okay? Because I know a lot of Aquarius and Leos around here who done made it, and we Aquarius and Leo been together 10 years.
Well, a good Aquarius and Leo power couple are
Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, and I believe Michelle Obama is on the cusp, or she's a full-blown Aquarius, one or the other, I'm not sure, but still Aquarius and Leo, you're right. And I don't know what Stedman and Oprah is.
Stedman is Deadman. His ass don't say shit. He just said he's silent.
You're right about that. So yeah, I just think Kenya, she has a problem with keeping a man because, you should be able to make it last with somebody. Mark can't stand her ass, okay?
Yeah, I think that he really has a vendetta or something.
So they're talking to Sheree. They're off of Mark. They're off of Kandi and Todd and Ralph and Drew. And nobody ain't even talked about Aaron and Sanya. We ain't asked shit about their relationship yet. But we've gotten everybody else's relationship. And now we talking about Sheree. If Sheree gonna get to see Tyrone, and she's being very open about it. I'm surprised she's talking about him asking for permission. I'm getting a sense of Sheree been doing this for a long time. She know how to give it to the camera and what not to give to the camera.
Right.
Is what it's giving me, because she is really opening up about this Tyrone. I think it's about time now for a Sheree spinoff, maybe. Maybe a small spinoff, no, like a 7-8 episode spinoff of her chasing Tyrone. Maybe we can get some juiciness like Tyrone.
They have Love After Lockup already.
Get the new WeTV series Love After Lockup.
That's true. That's what yeah, that's true.
Girl, shut up. Sheree needs to know that Tyrone can only travel within 100-mile radius of Philadelphia. So, New York is slightly within that range of numbers, but it's like 90 miles in the radius. So you still got that extra 10 or 6 or 9 or 8 miles, depending on where y'all at in New York. But still, he could blow his spot up, bitch. But I will say that she wrong ain't couple goals for me, honey. No, ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm just not with it.
Marlo and her thing with coming at Kandi, you could say that, but in this situation, Marlo is kind of right. So randomly, she points out Kandi and say, "Listen, bitch, you got a sex problem and you going a little bit too far with your sex shit."
Listening to each other, each other, make it more of a priority. One thing about you, bitch, you don't play when it comes to your job. Let me give you my opinion on this, Kandi.
Oh, God.
I just feel with you, the sex stuff is just getting too out of hand.
Loosen up, Marlo. I mean, come on, girl. You used to your coochie buzzing, all right?
I understand it's your business. Bitches, you want us to walk around tomorrow with some shit in our damn coochie.
I was thinking everybody can wear it tomorrow, and then we give our remotes to someone else.
So
First of all, that's a fun game.
Todd saying I wanted more. I want to have some
She's trying to cover me. She's trying to cover me. Well, how about you start f***ing? How about that?
I might
Before
need
you
to.
start telling me what I need to do with mine.
You said, Layla, you and his sex life was not the best.
And Kandi is literally do not know what she's talking about. This is how you know Kandi is a natural freak.
Right.
It's literally sold into her. You know what I'm saying? It's like sold into her being that sex is just life. It's just natural, open, and it is. But for you,
bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
For me, for the person I am, my sex is just my sex. Like, I'm just private with my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know why.
I'm a closet private freak. You know that.
I'm not your closet freak.
I'm a closet freak. I'm a private freak. I'm not with the all out in the open. So I completely feel Marlo when Marlo is telling Kandi looking like, what? What are you talking about? What the fuck did I do? Bitch, you want us to wear a goddamn remote vibrator up in our pussy and some vibrating panties and allow somebody, I don't have a man, so who the fuck gonna be pressing my shit? Kenya don't got a man and Sheree ain't got a man. All three of us, who gonna be pressing our shit and vibrating us, making us damn come?
Do you feel it?
I feel it.
You feel it.
I'm making her wear the vibrating panties so that I can turn her on whenever I get good and ready.
Anyway, so yeah, Marlo is right. I agree with Marlo. I'm not gonna be wearing these panties and I ain't even got a man to play with my shit. Like, who the fuck gonna be playing my shit? You know, Marlo
That's
already
Marlo
said,
and Kenya problem, and Sheree a little bit too, cause she don't know if her man coming or going.
Marlo don't play that gay shit. Or Nene. I don't think so.
Right now.
Come on, girl. Okay. You seem to have your eye on the ladies today.
No, I'm not that open.
Like, this is for all options.
I am strictly dickly.
All these beautiful women, man. I may have to, like, take a dip in the lady pond.
Oh, hell no. You gonna have some Oprah money dipping up in the lady.
So, trans...
And she's just about as much of a prude as Nene motherfucking ass is. When they was trying to give her a dildo and do all the sex games and stuff on Housewives, she wasn't with it.
Right.
Just this whole sex toy thing, I'm uncomfortable with it. Now, does that make it wrong? Because I don't want a ding-a-ling, or I don't want a dildo, or I don't want to be vibrating. That doesn't make it wrong. That just make it ain't my thing.
clearly we all know that you used to strip. Because if you sit over there
So
and
because
bend your
I
ass
strip-
over in front of somebody's face, how you gonna talk about me because I have something to say about sex and stuff? Like, she just wanna, why she wanna talk about sex all the time?
I
But
didn't
she
say
always
why
gotta
she
talk
wanted to talk about it. I
dinglings,
said
or why
that's
she
what you
gotta-
talk about.
I mean, no, but you tried to make it seem like it was just it was just
Listen, sweetie, you stated your opinion about things all season long.
Yeah.
And when I state mine, don't get upset. I said I don't like the dildo thing. I don't
And
like
that's
it,
quite
Kandi.
all right.
It's your business. I don't care if I stripped when I was 20, 30, or 40. I don't want a dildo up my ass today.
But I will say that being a booster is not too classy, Marlo. So I don't know where the fuck you get this prim and proper from.
Prim and proper? Speak impediment?
Shut up, haters.
Marlo, I love you.
It was just a blessing in disguise. Thank you, 'cause I dodged a bullet. When you walked out, I thought that it was over, but it turned out it was just a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise.
Who was this wonderful person that was given a fashion show with no fashions? How dreadful. See?